Hello. I'll just put a video up just a minute ago about depression and anxiety, but I didn't go into detail about how bad it is because the thing with depression and anxiety is you can talk about it. There's so much detail about it you have to cover, so it's hard to put it into one video. Yeah, so depression for me, it's like I said, at one point in your life, everyone feels like they're not wanted or included in anything, and people think, they feel like they've let themselves down, and that's like a normal reaction to anything. But it's when it gets like really bad and you feel like you're a complete failure, like you ain't. I mean, like at the minute, like I still think I failed at everything I do, and I hate feeling like I have. But I mean, I always look for. Sorry, I mess up my words. I always like feel like I look at hopefully like in. It's like being in a dark cloud, and you're just looking to get out of it, and it's so difficult. Like, to be honest, I've tried to like see, um, of hoping things will get better for me, but it's just so hard. Um, um, I mean, from what I've experienced, it's just you feel like you're alone if you get what I mean. Like in my last videos, I talked about obviously like you can support someone else, but if you ain't got the support yourself, if you ain't got someone supporting you, then it makes it harder to support someone else. But the thing with anxiety is well is the anxieties are is like it just like you feel like it stops you from doing everything. Like you could go to the shop or something, go to the shop and your anxiety just kicks in. You feel like you're kind of you're in a daze and you don't know what you're doing. You don't know. Oh, you feel like you can't make a choice, if you get what I mean. Um like you can't go through with anything and finish it till the end because you feel like the anxiety and the depression stopping you from going for doing something, for seeing something till the end. I mean, the thing with me is I get a lot. I get like it's especially with depression, like if you get good feedback about things, if someone praises you for something and you've got depression and anxiety, you can't, it's hard to accept that praise, hard to acknowledge that you've done something good. But I mean, with me, like, I feel like I can do something good, but I just feel like it's not good enough. I feel like I'm not accepting it as I'm not acknowledging to myself that I've done something good, if you get what I mean. And it's just like so hard. Like, I feel like myself as an individual, like I've achieved quite a bit. Like I've achieved a lot in personal, mentally. I've achieved something. I have achieved something, but I just feel like it's not worth the I've gone and achieved what I've wanted to do personally myself. Like when I left home, I just felt like I couldn't. I just felt like I needed to move forward. I felt like I was in an alright level, in an alright place. At that time, I felt like I was, yeah, I'm getting on with my life. I'm doing alright. I've got nothing to pull me back, hold me back. And then you switch. It's easy. It's easier to switch from that state of mind to switch into a negative state of mind. So you feel like you're alright and you've done something really good for yourself 1 minute, and then you can just switch into negativity and just switch like you're going back to square one again. That's how I feel like myself personally. Like I feel like I've I was in a good place, but now I've just switched to being back to square one. And the thing is, especially, it's harder to, I mean, when you talk to someone about depression and anxiety, like, it's easier to talk with someone that understands that's going through the same thing you're going through, just to let, like, people know. If you know someone, if you're suffering from it yourself, and you know someone who's also got the same thing, then it's easier to chat. You feel like if you chat to that person a lot, even though, like, some people, like, not everyone wants to chat to you every second of every minute, but if you know someone that you know very well and you bounce off each other because you've got the same thing, it's easier to chat to that person, even if you're talking to them all the time, because you feel like they're always there for you when there's people that haven't been there for you. I mean, like myself, like, it's the thing with depression as well is you go to do something you think in your head you want to do something, like a hobby. You take up a hobby and you're like, yeah, I really want to do that hobby, but then at the same time you're thinking, oh, I don't want to do it because the anxiety's getting in the way. I mean, like myself, like, I've had like depression, anxiety since I've left home, since, like, it's been with me since, like, my parents' marriage broke down, and obviously it went to shit from there, but it's always been there, but it's constantly like, if you could figure a way of handling it, however hard it may be, if you've got something to handle, if you can handle it in whatever way, then it's always helpful. Even like you can, and then to make it better is if you have the support there. So if you've got a way of handling it, however hard it may be, and then you've got the support on top of it, it's so much easier to get through with everyday things. To think, you have received a new WhatsApp message. I mean, like, with me, like, I've always been that type of person that puts positivity on other people. Like, I like to make people feel better about themselves, and it's not, I've never worried about myself. I've always worried about other people. I've always wanted, but I don't mind that. That's nothing. I'm not against that. I don't think, like, oh, I don't want to help this person because I've got to help myself out. I feel like I like helping other people out. That's just me. It's like, for instance, you just feel like, I mean, like, what else can you talk about depression and anxiety, really? It's just such a long subject. It's coming up with, whatever you can say about it, which is really, like, difficult. Like, it's like, my brothers and sisters. Obviously, I'm always out, I've seen them and stuff, but it just makes it so difficult to have a normal, brother relationship with them, not when my, like, parents are, because my parents are not getting on, and it's just so hard to have a relationship with my brother and sisters, because I feel like I've let them down, and that's what's constantly there. I feel like I've always let people down, and it's not good. The worst thing is, well, is if you keep depression in. It's harder when you keep it in because you can't, because you feel like you have to handle it yourself. Because if you keep it in, like, it affects you in the long run. Like, I've learned that, like, through all those years I've had it, I've just kind of, like, kept it in, and then when I have let it out, it's just comes out in the wrong context. It comes out in the wrong way that are just people kind of, it comes out like the words come out all muddled and stuff. And it kind of, like, confuses myself. But yeah, guys, that was what I've experienced quite a few emotions like in the past, like hope. There's a few words that I would say about putting on depression, like hopelessness, sadness, downhill, negativity, over positive, all those key elements that are part of it. But yeah, guys, that was I hope like it helped. I mean, I hope it helped. Because like the thing with me is, as I can only say like a few good things about it. Like now I could say with the depression and anxieties, it don't go, it's never gonna go, it's always gonna be there. And it's it roots from what people's gone through, and people that's had it, that some people have just had it and some people get it from what they've gone through. And like with me, it's the way I handle it is I'm just, I try and think for the future. I kind of think everything's gonna be okay, because I know everything's bad now, everything's shit now, but I know later on it will get better, because if I acknowledge what I've got now and later on, in the long run, it'll benefit me. And I just, as long as I don't let it completely take over and have little ways of helping it, because even the small things helps a long way. But yeah, and that's I hope that was my video on it. I hope I ain't like gone on a lot. I do have a tendency to go on a bit, but I just like it feels better. I feel better now I've shared it to like people. So yeah. Okay, later.